I'd love to hear your experience in Magic Mind with this embodiment matched with your own, powerful sexuality and what you know, and how you bring that into your business and your business expression, messaging, and calling in soul aligned clients.
Well, I've had a journey, as you know, in Magic Mind. I've had a journey of coming back home to myself. So
Yeah.
I'm in my work, we do a lot of archetypal play because I think archetypes are
Yes.
really useful to
Love
help
them.
help somebody understand the subconscious parts, especially when it comes to trauma integration and emotional healing and a lot of the work that I do around attachment wounds, right? Early attachment science and all of that stuff. So in one of my practices, birthed this identity for me, which I like to refer to as the bougie bruja. And the bougie
Yes.
bruja was somebody that was birthed in one of my practices. And I remember I remember waking up after my practice or like getting up out of my bed after like having multiple orgasms, like I'm the fucking bougie bruja, right? Like it didn't make any sense. But I was
I
like,
love it.
holy shit, I am the bougie bruja. Okay. This blends everything that I've wanted to do when it comes to work and spirituality in a way that
Mm,
like makes fucking sense, right? Bougie.
yeah.
We know what the fucking bougie is. Like this bitch loves luxury. This bitch loves
Yeah.
like her sensuality. She loves to be indulgent in everything. And bruja for me was almost like a reclamation of the word witch because I remember being called bruja all the time when I was younger.
Mm,
And my dad would say things like, "Oh, para kang bruja," which means like, "Oh, you're like a witch." When I was a kid, and I'm like, "What's wrong with that?" I had no idea
yeah.
that that was negative or something was wrong with that. So,
Right.
bougie bruja was the archetype that birthed my sex and relationship coaching. And at some point through the last couple of years, I felt like I had to whitewash myself and water myself down because I really wanted clients who, my clientele already are CEOs, they're entrepreneurs, they're founders, they're people who are chief of staff at like at global companies like Google, right? Like these are currently right now my clients and the roster that I have. And at some point I was like, okay, maybe I need to step away from the bougie bruja and become something different so that I could get more clients like them.
Mm,
Because that's what I was taught to believe, or that's how
yeah.
I totally was like thinking at some point in the
Yeah.
last 18 months. And in Magic Mind, a lot of the conversations that you and I have had have been coming back home to the bougie bruja. And I'm just like, I find sometimes moment to moment there's resistance in that. And there are times
Yeah.
where like I find her just like, bitch, you better come home. You better come back into this energy and find a
Mm,
way to reconnect with me because I'm going to guide you through this, right? Because what I learned through Magic Mind and through your wonderful evaluations, which I've been going back with some of my clients and asking them about, is that the
yeah.
thing that they really fucking loved was the bougie bruja.
Yeah.
They were like, just by the way, we I really magnetize towards you because you are the bougie bruja. I love that. And so coming back home to that has been a journey, to say the least. But it's also been really powerful because what I have learned is that people are going to be magnetized to you when you're authentically who you are. Period.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter.
What would be some of your most beautiful and delicious takeaways from some of our work that you'd love to share with the
Mm.
listeners, who are thinking about joining in this, during this launch and in this season as Magic Mind is expanding into longer term mentorship?
Mm. Yeah, I think, one of the things that I have really loved experiencing in Mastermind, there's two things that come to mind. One of them for me is I have been really called to start sitting in a like sage seat of my life of like just
Mm,
I like to call it like elder in training. I'm literally sitting in the seat of like being an elder in training, right? Like this is where this is the journey of like a midlife woman. We're coming into our wisdom years, right? Like we are coming into our wisdom years. And so I've been able to experience being a person in Magic Mind that holds people really beautifully.
Mm.
And for somebody that has been wanting to possibly explore that and to be in that place, like I feel like your container has really allowed me to experience that, especially with a couple of the people that are in there. They've
Yeah.
been coming to me as like sacred counsel about their stories and helping
Mm.
them get really clear on some of the most tender parts of their heart, which is really, really, really incredible and amazing. And then for me, I've been experiencing a lot of the support and sisterhood in there. And there's so many pieces as I'm moving through this part of my life. And for women who are in your 40s listening to this, you'll probably be experiencing or may be experiencing the early parts of your perimenopause, which I know I've talked about in Magic Mind from time to time.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to be in a container with other women who, one, experiencing the instability and like unpredictable ways that your hormones can impact how you show up is really healing, because going into other spaces where maybe they don't have that same essence of witchery or spiritual, like you place a foundation of spirituality in your business and in Magic Mind. And so to be able to be somebody who's spirit led as a leader and also has the wisdom and understanding of a female body or body with a uterus and all of the other things that come with it, it's nice to be in a space where that whole aspect of who I am can also be held and
Mm.
supported and not judged. Right, like there's, I've been doing a lot of refinement of myself in Magic Mind, no longer trying to reinvent, destroy things, and recreate things, but really refining and honing in.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the refinement aspect of things, there's a lot of like, am I doing this right? Am I not doing this right? And the fact that I can lean into people and ask those questions, get the feedback that I need to get things launched right away or
Yeah.
within, 7 days or whatever my timeline is, has been really, really powerful and useful to moving my business forward. And also been, useful for me as a CEO to be like, cool, I can be in a container where people just get it. Like, people just get
Yeah.
it.